Cochlear Implants by Haley Wingo. What are cochlear implants? A cochlear implant is a unique hearing device that does not amplify sound. This device is surgically implanted and that gives electrical impulses that go to the auditory nerve. This then delivers sound to the brain. So this is just a visual representation of what a cochlear implant looks like, and you can see those electrical impulses being sent and just to see how it reaches their brain and just to see exactly what is going on with a cochlear implant and just to see visually how it's processing sound. Parts of a cochlear implant. So, when someone receives a cochlear implant, they will go and receive a surgery. An incision is made internally on the mastoid bone where a receiver/stimulator is placed. Once that is implanted, the surgeon then puts the electrode array through the middle ear. Once this is past the middle ear, it is put into the cochlea where the auditory nerves reside. The external part of this device are the microphone and speech processor that is placed behind the ear. Behind that part externally is the transmitter located on top of the internal receiver. So as you can see over here, you can see where the speech processor is being hooked right there over that ear, and also the transmitter, which is placed nicely on the outside, and it's right directly on top of that receiver and stimulator. Also down here, you can kind of see where the electrode array is on the cochlea, and over here you just see the two main parts that are external of the cochlear implant that are sitting nicely on the head and behind the ear. How do cochlear implants process sound? So all the parts work together when first the microphone detects sound, it then turns that sound into electrical signals that are sent to the speech processor. Then a special code is created and sent to the transmitter coil. That information is then sent to the receiver and then passed onto the electrodes in the cochlea, which are stimulated. This alerts the brain to the information processed. So you can just see a little bit more about what everything is going on. You can also see the wiring from the receiver stimulator going into that inner ear and going into that cochlea, and just where those electrodes are really just wrapping around, and you can see how they could be stimulating that cochlea and just where how all these things are connected from the outside of these two into the inside, into the wires and into the cochlea. Who is a candidate for a cochlear implant? Children need to be between the ages of 9 months to 17 years of age. There must be severe to profound sensorineural hearing loss in both ears. Unless under the age of 2, then it must be profound. They must also not show any benefit from traditional hearing aids. So, on this 9 to 24-month audiogram, basically, this is what would expected to be seen by a child this young that is qualified for a cochlear. As you can see, it starts at 90 going all the way down to the bottom. Now, this isn't the traditional way that they test for children who are deaf at infancy, but this just kind of is a visual representation of what and how profound that hearing loss must be. And then over here for the 2 to 17-year-old audiogram, this is what it should look like at the minimum between 75 all the way down to 90. This just gives a way to see the profound and severe hearing loss that must be presented at this age. So, who is a candidate for a cochlear implant? With adults, they have to be 18 and up. On an audiogram, they must fall in the categories of moderate to profound sensorineural hearing loss. They must also have no benefit from other hearing aids. So, you can see that there is some different levels going on between the left and right ear, unlike the other two. But however, it still shows the severe and profound hearing loss, or actually moderate to profound hearing loss between these two, and just shows where an adult must fall on this to be qualifying for a cochlear. Types of cochlear implants. The first type is the nucleus manufacturer. This device's main pull is the fact that the sound processor, which is located behind the ear, is the smallest made. It also comes with the benefit of adjusting automatically to the sounds surrounding a person's environment. And one interesting thing that I learned is that the sound processor can automatically connect to Bluetooth and other sound systems. This would make life much easier for the wearer. So the fact that it is the smallest processor made is much more comfortable for a user, but also the fact that it's adjusting automatically to background noises and to other things to make sure that the wearer gets the most benefit, and the wearer isn't having to spend time automatically messing with it every single time that they are in a new environment. So that's a huge benefit, and it saves a lot of time and definitely a lot of energy for the wearer. But also, when it connects to Bluetooth and other sound systems, this can be a huge thing for safety as well, because sometimes with cochlear implants, even though it does give a lot of sound back to you, sometimes certain speakers and stuff do not come off very clear. And so to have a cochlear implant immediately connect to a speaker that uses certain programs can definitely be beneficial if there's a huge announcement that they need to hear. So that's a very good benefit for this manufacturer. Types of cochlear implants. The second manufacturer is Advanced Bionics. The main draw to the device is offered by the manufacturer is the flexibility for the user. When using the processor, it can either be worn on the body or on the ear. So this is definitely beneficial because where you want to put your processor can offer some more freedom for certain people, just where is most comfortable. But another unique draw to the Advanced Bionics is that they created the first waterproof processor on the market. So this would allow a user to be able to wear it out in the rain, to the pool, to the beach, and you don't have to put it in a case. You don't have to worry about taking it off. It is totally safe to be in water, and that definitely gives a lot of freedom for people who do use cochlear implants. The third cochlear implant manufacturer is MED-EL. This device offers a headset that combines the battery, the microphone, the speech processor, and coil in one set named Rondo. What is also interesting is that is the only implant that allows MRIs of the head without surgically removing the internal magnet. So for MED-EL, having all of your elements from the batteries, the microphone, speech processor, and coil all in one set definitely is much easier for a person as they're not worried about different parts. It's all connected, it's all ready to go for them. That is very much a benefit, but also the fact that if you do get a head injury and you need an MRI, if you need something looked at, you can access an MRI. Whereas most people who have cochlear implants, there's magnets in the cochlear implants, so they can't actually put them in an MRI machine because it uses magnets, and that could definitely cause issues with that cochlear implant moving around because of the magnets. And so, with this manufacturer having the ability just to being able to go in and get an MRI without any fears and out without having to actually surgically remove the implant altogether is very beneficial. So these are all my resources. These are all of the wonderful things that I use. Thank you so much for listening. I hope this was very entertaining and also um, giving you great information. I hope you really enjoyed this, and thank you so much.